Hey guys, welcome back to this another tutorial. This video is a part 2 of the 10 helpful Adobe XD tricks you should know. If you haven't watched the first part, please check that out later, but as of now, watch the video till the end. I have added a bonus trick at the end of the video, so let's get started. First, scroll groups. In Adobe XD, when we use a group of content, we only can see the content which fits inside the artboard in preview mode. Scroll groups in Adobe XD allow us to use a prototype of group of content that can be scrolled horizontally, vertically, or in both directions. Let me show you what I mean. To create vertical scroll, place all the images vertically. Then select all the objects and click vertical scroll icon from the Property Inspector panel. Now we have the two blue handles on the top and the bottom. This allows us to define the scroll window. Now let's try horizontal scroll. For that, arrange all the images horizontally, then click the horizontal scroll icon. For both directions, I'll place the images horizontally as well as vertically. Now click this box-like icon to enable scroll on both vertical and horizontal direction. The blue handle allows us to define the area in which we want to see our images. Like this. This can be really helpful when you're working on UI elements like carousel of images. Second, move objects between fixed axes. When we are working with multiple objects like card, list of text, etc., we may face some difficulties with moving an object in the same line. Yeah, the grid lines are really helpful in some cases, but not when you're in a hurry. To fix this, just press and hold the Shift key when moving an object. This will allow us to move an object in a fixed axis. Third, Boolean Operations. Another cool feature in Adobe XD is Boolean Operations. We have 4 Boolean operations here. Let me show you the concept with an example. In order to perform a Boolean operation, we need to create 2 shapes. Select both the shapes you now can see the operations are available. Let's go with the add operation. Add operation will combine both the shape into one. Here the color of the shape that is on the bottom is applied to the new shape. The second operation is called subtract. This will remove the shape that is on the top from the shape that is on the bottom like this. Now the third operation is intersect. This will keep the part where the both shapes intersect and removes the remaining. And the last operation is called exclude overlap. This one is opposite to intersect operation. It will remove the part where both the shapes intersect and keeps the remaining. Number 4. Align objects. Here we have 4 shapes. To arrange them in a single line, what we basically do is drag and place one by one like this. But there is a trick to achieve this in a simple way. Let me show you. Select all the objects and click the Align Top icon from the Property Inspector panel. This will align all the objects to the top in the same line. Similarly, Align Bottom will align them to bottom and Align Middle will align them to the middle. Same trick can be used to align objects vertically. Number 5. Distribute objects. This option allows us to distribute equal spacing between objects. For example, here the spacing between the objects are random. To make them equal, select all the objects and click the Distribute horizontally icon. This will make the spacing between the objects equal. See? Similarly, for vertical distribution, select all the objects then click Distribute vertically icon. These options are very useful when you're creating a sidebar or button navigation menu, etc. Number 6. Align objects to pixel grid. Sometimes you may notice that your objects are not aligned to pixel grid. The X and Y axis value are in points and values. You can manually edit the numbers or just right-click on the object and click Align to pixel grid. This will fix the issue. In-page anchors. To set up an anchor link, you can select an object which is going to be the anchor link, and when we can click this, it will scroll down to the section that we fixed. Now go to the prototype mode and drag a wire from the anchor session and drop it to your desired session. or object or any other thing inside this artboard. Then change the interaction settings as you preferred. Click Preview to see the outcome. Here, when I click on the hero session, which is our anchor link, it will scroll down to the About session as the setup we made. Also, you can adjust the viewport size here to adjust the view. Number 8. Change properties with mouse drag. To change the property of an object, basically we use two types of techniques. One, we enter the value we want. 2, using the arrow up and down key to increase or decrease the value. But there is another method which you can change the value with your mouse only. Let me show you how. Select any objects, then go to the property you want to change. Click and hold the value, then drag your mouse to increase or down to decrease the value. Like this. This trick works with every property in the Property Inspector panel. Number 9. Heart shape. This is the very simple and coolest trick in Adobe XD and one of my favorite too. To create a heart shape, select the Polygon tool and create a triangle. Now type in this corner count value and hit enter. Ta-da! You can adjust its styles like you do with other shapes in Adobe XD. Number 10. Import vectors from Photoshop. Yes, you can import any vectors from Photoshop into Adobe XD. Here we have a flower shape which I have created using a brush tool in Photoshop. Now right-click on the flower layer and click Copy SVG, then go to Adobe XD, right-click and click Paste or simply press Ctrl+V to paste. Now this is a vector, so we can change its properties like we do with the shape layers in Adobe XD. As I told you in the beginning of the video that I'd be sharing a bonus trick, which is add emoji as a text. Let me show you how. Select the text tool and create a text object. Now press Window plus semicolon to open the emoji keyboard. For Mac, the shortcut key is Ctrl plus Command plus Spacebar. Click any emoji to add. And you can simply change the size with font size property. The quality of the emojis are very good, and you can see that. That's all for today's video, people. I hope you have learned some cool new tricks today. Let me know what's your favorite trick and what are the tricks that you didn't know before in the comments below. And thanks for watching this tutorial. Feel free to drop a like and share it with your friends, and also your thoughts in the comments. If you have any queries, you can ping me on Instagram, and links to my social accounts are in the description below. And New Year is the time to forget all your fears, drink a few beer, and leave behind all your fears. With this, I wish you all belated New Year wishes. See you next time. Until then, bye.